Have you ever wondered how it's possible to earn well, work hard, get a solid paycheck, and still be constantly on the edge, or worse, in the red? Maybe you look at your bank statement at the end of the month and think, this makes no sense. I make more than a lot of people who seem to live better than I do. If that sounds familiar, this video was made for you. Here, you'll find out why your income isn't turning into wealth, and most importantly, how to turn this around once and for all. Forget those superficial tips like, stop buying coffee. What we're revealing here are the real invisible saboteurs that sink your finances, even when you earn a high income. And more than that, you'll learn how to start building financial freedom without needing to earn more, simply by making different choices with what you already have. Stick with me until the end, because this could change your life. For years, we've been conditioned to believe that the key to financial stability is earning more. It sounds logical. More money, fewer problems, right? Wrong. The truth is, a high income alone guarantees nothing. In practice, it can even mask deeper and more dangerous financial problems. Let's take an example. Carlos, 36, project manager at a multinational company. He earns $3,000 a month. To his friends and family, he's made it. He lives well, drives a foreign car, takes a vacation abroad every year. But on the inside, Carlos is drowning in debt, maxed out credit cards, zero investments, no emergency fund. If he loses his job tomorrow, he couldn't maintain his lifestyle for even 2 months. This is the harsh reality for millions of professionals who earn well but live on a financial knife's edge. High income became a shield of appearance, and behind it lies insecurity, anxiety, and total dependence on the next paycheck. This false sense of security is what keeps many from realizing they're sitting on a ticking time bomb. And that's where we start uncovering the silent mistakes draining your money month after month, beginning with one of the sneakiest, lifestyle inflation. You know that moment when you get a raise, change positions, or start earning more with your business, and immediately feel like you deserve a better car, a bigger apartment, fancier clothes, more expensive restaurants? Welcome to lifestyle inflation, a silent trap that catches even the most disciplined. The problem isn't wanting comfort. The problem is when every increase in income is immediately turned into spending. You earn more, but your cost of living goes up too. And suddenly you're right back in the same financial struggle, just with bigger bills. This happens because most of the time we confuse growth with showing off. Instead of maintaining your standard of living and using the surplus to invest or save, you raise everything at once: car, home, credit card. The result? Your money comes in and goes out just as fast. And when your expenses grow with your income, you never build wealth. You just spin in place. Lifestyle inflation often doesn't come just from the desire for comfort. It comes from the need to prove something to others. Buying status is one of the most dangerous ways to sabotage your finances. And the worst part? It's not always conscious. You upgrade your phone because the old one is slow, buy designer clothes because they last longer, go to expensive restaurants because it's an experience. But deep down, you're trying to fill a gap, the need for external validation. You want to look successful, feel accepted, be admired. And in that pursuit, you spend what you don't have, buy what you don't need, and forget what really matters: security. Meanwhile, the people silently building wealth aren't the ones showing off. They're saving, investing, buying time and peace of mind for the future. Real luxury isn't what you show off. It's the freedom to choose how to use your time. And that only comes with financial intelligence. Not having a financial plan is like driving at night with your headlights off. You might still be moving, but you have no idea where you're going, and any unexpected turn can be fatal. This is the third mistake of high earners who are still broke. When you don't know exactly how much you make, how much you spend, how much you need to save, and where you want to go, everything becomes impulse-driven. You buy because you can afford it, not because it makes sense. You live for the now and ignore the later. Without a plan, money slips through your fingers. And the worst part? The lack of planning makes it feel like you're doing just fine, because you don't feel the pain immediately. But it's just an illusion, one that costs a lot. Planning doesn't have to be complex. All you need are clear goals, a simple budget, and regular reviews. Without that, you keep living paycheck to paycheck, constantly putting out fires, and never building anything lasting. If your money works less than you do, something's wrong. One of the biggest mistakes high earners make is believing that keeping money in a checking account, or even a savings account, is enough. It's not. If you're not investing, you're losing. Losing to inflation, losing time, losing opportunities. Some people do invest, but poorly, putting money into what they don't understand, chasing trends, gambling on what everyone says is profitable. The result? Frustration, losses, and fear of trying again. Investing isn't about luck, it's about strategy. And it starts with the basics, understanding your profile, setting clear goals, and diversifying. You don't have to become an expert, just know enough to make better than average decisions. Because while you hesitate, your money stays still, but time keeps moving. And those who start investing early, even with small amounts, have a massive long-term advantage. Invested money grows, generates passive income, and starts working for you. And when that happens, freedom stops being a distant dream and becomes a real construction. But to get there, you need to step out of your comfort zone and learn to play the money game for real. Many people still confuse having money with being wealthy. But true wealth isn't about how much you make per month. It's about how much you accumulate and what that represents in terms of freedom. This is the fifth mistake, living without a wealth-building mindset. People who only think about the present are always trading time for money, selling hours for a paycheck. But those who build wealth are buying independence. The difference? The first is trapped in a never-ending cycle of working to maintain their lifestyle. The second is planting today to harvest autonomy tomorrow. Building wealth means owning assets that generate income, protect you from emergencies, and give you the power of choice. It means knowing that even if your income disappears, you still have something to fall back on. Without that mindset, all your effort turns into consumption, and unbalanced consumption turns into a trap. The secret is using your income as a tool to create assets, real estate, investments, businesses, things that grow over time, that work for you while you sleep. That shift in mindset is what separates those constantly chasing money from those who make money chase them. Now it's time to flip the switch. If you saw yourself in these mistakes, know this, you're not alone. And more importantly, it can be fixed. But it all starts with a shift in mindset. Stop thinking like a consumer and start acting like a builder. Stop asking, how much can I spend? And start asking, how much can I invest in myself, in my future, in my freedom? That's the real turning point. Because once you understand that your income is just the starting line, not the finish line, you begin to make different decisions. You start valuing what brings you closer to independence, not what impresses others. You begin to see money as a tool, not a goal. And in that process, something powerful happens. Less anxiety, more clarity, more control. Because deep down, what we really want isn't just more money, it's more peace, more power to choose. And that starts in your mind long before it shows up in your bank account. The good news? You can start today with what you have exactly where you are. The first step is deciding not to repeat the same patterns. If you've made it this far, you've already taken the first step. You've proven that you're ready to face the truth and do things differently. And that alone puts you ahead of most people. Now the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Because knowing what's been holding you back is just the beginning. The real transformation comes from action. So start today. Review your expenses, create a budget, make a plan, even a simple one. Invest something, even if it's just a little. What matters most isn't speed, it's direction. And every small choice, made consciously, brings you closer to the freedom you deserve. Remember, it doesn't matter how much you make. It matters what you do with what you make. The financial stability you're looking for doesn't come with your next raise. It comes from the decisions you make with what you already have. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it too. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below which of these mistakes you're going to fix starting today. because your financial future starts right here, right now.